And I'm HOTHEMAN, the HO of the man.
And today
And
we're
I'm Lady
joined
Metal
by
D.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I did what Kev does. Oh, wow.
Can I introduce it because it's my people's day?
Okay, fine. You do it.
Can I introduce you?
No.
Well, hello, I'm HOTHEMAN, the HO of the man.
And I am EarthToLydia.
And I am Lady Metal D.
And today's episode is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, because as we're recording this, ever on time with my schedule, it is St. Patrick's Day, so what a better time to record it and then upload it a later date.
When you hear it in 2 weeks.
Happy Christmas!
It's a little early on my end, or I'd be drinking. I forgot about it. I completely forgot about it, which is weird, and don't have any beer in my house.
I've been saying it my people's day all day, but I was like, I can't really call it my people's day.
Kinda. I mean, it's the patron saint of Ireland.
I want to give a quick history lesson on Paddy's Day, and I want to hear what each of you know of St. Patrick.
Okay.
Okay, because that's what I wanted to know. I thought I knew. I thought you said something about it a long time ago, about what it was, but I'm not sure if what you said, I remember what you said, was right.
So St. Patrick, he wasn't Irish, he was either Welsh or French, and he came over to Ireland to bring Christianity to Ireland and to banish snakes, but there obviously wasn't any snakes in Ireland, but it's an island. And he brought Christianity mainly because we didn't have that religion in our country at the time. So he brought Christianity over. And he wore green, he became the patron saint of Ireland. Yeah, that's all I'm going to go into.
I didn't know any of that. I knew about the snakes. I didn't know anything else.
Yeah,
I knew about the snakes.
And the snakes is completely a myth because we wouldn't have snakes in Ireland.
Why, though? Why is that a myth? Why wouldn't you have snakes?
Because we're a land, we're not connected to any bigger land. We're a small island, really.
There's a lot of places that have snakes that...
Yeah, but they're not indigenous to Ireland.
So everybody has snakes, except you.
We could have snakes, but he didn't banish the snakes, what I'm saying.
So maybe, because, that's impossible. You can't go there, banish snakes. But did he claim to do that? Did the people believe that did he claim to do that?
It could have been something that was a spread that found a snake and he got rid of it and it just blew out of proportion. I'm sure there's some, because every story has a grain of truth in it. I'm sure there's something to do with that. It could have actually been not an actual snake, the animal we know. It could have been another gang or a group of Vikings who are known as something like snakes. Or it was
like a biker gang.
Yeah, I'm trying to not explain, because he came over in I think it was the 16th century, so it could have been a certain type of gang or
a horse and carriage gang.
When Christianity came to Ireland, we had a circle as our symbol, and if you ever see Celtic crosses, it is the Christianity cross and a circle to symbolise our two religions becoming one. And it's also because we had still had our own different religion. That is why Ireland was given by the Pope, the only English Pope at the time, to the King of England, so that we all had the same religion, the same class of religion. Now, I could be wrong, but I know that's how the circle came on our crosses, is when the two religions became one. That's why April Fool's Day is on the 1st, because that was when it was a holy day for pagan ceremonies, and they wanted to make a joke of it, so they made a day, April 1st, a joke of their religions.
I'm still laughing about it could have been a group of Vikings called the Snakes. I know a lot of Irish people hate this, but people are starting to say that the Vikings weren't as bad as they are written in history, that they were mainly traders. They went to trade, and they didn't rape and pillage as bad as the history books say.
We have in Ireland, we have tall towers, and they are, you had to have a ladder to get into the first layer and another ladder to get in the second layer. It's because when people would come, Vikings, Vikings would come to near the lakes and the water areas, rivers and seas and the coast, that have these tall towers, and they have food and supplies. So you get up in the first pit, take the ladder up and get into the second level, and they're called tall towers. So if you come to Ireland, you'll see a few towers that are circular and very tall. They're tall towers, and that's what they were for. When people come, we'd go hide.
You'd hide? You wouldn't fight?
At that point, Ireland was mainly a lot of...
Wimp!
Just villages, just like little villages that didn't have an army.
We remember at this time, Ireland is neutral. We don't really have an army that fights in wars. We have first aiders. We're the ones who give support.
Oh, I see. I don't know anything about Ireland's history, so all of this is new to me.
So I'd like to know, metal. I have a question for you. I see it all the time on Paddy's Day in American shows. If you don't wear green on Paddy's Day, you get pinched. Is that
pinched? Yes, that's you get pinched. Since I was little, you go to school, you make sure that you have green on, or you will get pinched, and everybody will pinch you. And I always, say, hey, well, I have a green tattoo, or, well, I can't see that, or I have green underwear. You just do anything you could do not to get pinched. It's really big here. You go into any store, they have tons of St. Patrick's Day beads and decorations and stuff because people have all-out parties, and you have to order a keg of green beer way early in advance. All the restaurants do specials. All the restaurants have green beer. The bars have green beer. I used to have huge St. Patrick's Day parties myself.
Green beer? You had green beer? Like what?
It's dyed.
Yes, they do. Yeah, it's
like
dyed
paddy.
green.
Though, legit, in England, do you get in McDonald's paddy shakes, shamrock shakes?
What? No.
Mint.
That's not a thing.
Over here, I'm sure in America, coming up to Paddy's Day, we have mint milkshakes at McDonald's.
We have like mint McFlurries and stuff every now and then, but that's a partnership. All that I remember of St. Patrick's Day when I was little, and it was a lot bigger when I was little, is like people would get green leprechaun hats, but that's died out. We literally do nothing now. I didn't even realize it was St. Patrick's Day today.
And they sell shirts like at Walmart. That's the first thing you'll see is the whole "Kiss Me, I'm Irish." I hate those shirts though because hey, you're not Irish. Maybe your great grandfather was, but you can't wear that shirt because you're not freaking Irish.
I'd love to go to America for Paddy's Day.
Oh, it's big here. Like I said, I always had big parties. We would dress up. I would dress up, big hat, all green. One time I actually had on one of my St. Patrick's Day parties, I had a Guitar Hero competition.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I did the brackets, and so everybody was drinking green beer, wearing green, and when they got called up, it was their turn for our little competition. I had the little wall with the little brackets. I was dressed to the nines,
Where does the pinching come from in America? Why do you get pinched? You don't do it over here.
I don't know. I have no idea where that came from. I've just been doing it since I was a little kid. That's been a thing. We also I used to go to a parade. It was a big parade in Houston when I was a little kid. I loved St. Patrick's Day because that was one of the parades I got to go to, because I think they do a Thanksgiving Day parade, which I think I'd watch. Well, I didn't get to go, but in Houston they do a St. Patrick's Day parade. I don't know if they still do that, but they did when I was little, and I went every year.
Do they do a parade in New York?
I have no idea. But like I said, Houston's a melting pot. Houston's the most diverse city in the country right now, and it's always been like one of the bigger ones, so that could be one of the reasons. Yeah, I think it's even surpassed New York.
I could be completely wrong in this, but isn't St. Patrick's Day really quite big in the Northeast because a lot of the Irish migrated to there? Like, there's a big Irish community in New York, New Jersey kind of area.
Boston, I bet Boston, yeah. Boston would be a big place where there's a lot of Irish people, and so yeah, they probably go all out too.
That was because of the famine we had. We mainly went to England and America, and I think Australia as well.
Was that the potato famine?
Yes, the worst.
I was wondering that too.
The worst disaster ever happened to Ireland. Man, we could survive with anything else, but if our potatoes go, we're fucked.
I love it.
We have potatoes in every meal. You can name a meal what potatoes won't go with. We have potatoes.
I agree with you. I fucking love potatoes, man. They're amazing. You can't beat them. But my best friend is Irish, and she says stuff all the time, despite the fact that she's never personally lived in Ireland. She, it's just her parents and her grandparents. She says stuff all the time like, yeah, but come on, you've got to sympathize. You can't have a meal without potatoes. Like, you can only live with two things, and that's cheese and potatoes.
The potatoes every meal. No,
Oh, come on. You can fries, jacket potatoes, mashed potatoes. Like, you can do
I'm lazy.
everything.
When it comes to mashed potatoes, I am so lazy. I mean, I can make really good mashed potatoes, but I'll use the instant. But
Oh God! Don't be using instant mash. Don't be using smash.
Okay, say if I was making a shepherd's pie or something, it's so much easier than making separate mashed potatoes. So that's one thing. But I saw someone eating a breakfast burrito with mashed potatoes on it. I was like, oh, that's gross. They're like, you eat all your breakfast burritos with potatoes on it. I was like, yeah, but they're tater tots or hash browns. It's different.
Ooh, hash browns.
Oh, I love hash browns.
Oh God.
I like hash browns, but I couldn't. That's too much starch. I couldn't do potatoes all the time, every day. It's too much starch.
If you leave them soaking overnight, you get rid of all the starch.
You know what I figured out is the best way to cook potatoes, and it's pure accident. If you're boiling potatoes and then all the water just fries out of the pan, and then you're literally just like burning the potatoes on the bottom of the pan, that's actually great. It's really good. I really recommend it.
And destroying your pan in the process.
Nah.
I do that all the time, especially with boiled eggs. That's how I know they're done, because they're all cracked open and burnt.
Ah, yes, boiled eggs.
10 minutes, Miss. How Metal? What did you know of Paddy's Day? What's the history you are taught in America through your world history, if you're taught anything about Paddy's Day?
I don't remember learning anything like that because I didn't pay attention in history. And as far as like word of mouth of what people talk about, what I learned is you better not be caught not wearing green.
Solid.
Did you learn anything in school about Paddy's Day?
No, like I said, it's not a bank holiday.
It is a bank holiday over here. Every government body closed.
It's not over here. It's not widely celebrated. You know what? Even St. George's Day isn't widely celebrated over here. Like, that's our patron saint.
When is that?
It's the day before my birthday. It's the 23rd of April.
Ooh!
Nobody bothers with it. They're just like, eh.
I've never heard of it.
Because he killed the last dragon, isn't that the story?
Yep.
That's a bit more fancy than
important.
getting rid of snakes.
That's why pubs over here are called the Georgian Dragon. Yep.
Was he a king or anything? Oh no, he wouldn't be a king if he's a saint. No, never mind.
Yes, King George, the saint.
No, but he wasn't like, it's St. Patrick is a saint after his death. He wasn't a saint when he went over. He was just probably a priest. To be a saint, you have to have 3 miracles to your name.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask, is how the hell do you be a saint? Like, how do you do that?
Like,
and who determines it?
Not the last pope, the pope for them, John Paul.
Gautier.
The second.
It's a Catholic thing.
The talks of he might become a saint. But you need either 3 miracles during your life or 3 miracles that happen in your grave after you've died.
What? Seriously?
Yeah. It is a Catholic thing, so
I am sure there are thousands of people out there who have two miracles to the name.
Wouldn't that technically make, like, everyone before Jesus a good runner-up to being a saint?
Yeah, well, they still, like, my sister's confirmation name is Zoe. Zoe was a saint, became a saint. She prayed in front of someone, one of the 12 apostles' grave. Mm-hmm. She got caught because it was forbidden to celebrate Christianity or believe in Christianity or practice Christianity. So she was, by her hair, tied to a tree and burnt.
Oh, jeez.
And she's a saint.
The heck?
She's probably a saint because she became a martyr.
Oh, man.
She must have had long hair, too.
You can't do that with a bob now. No, can't do that with a bob.
In Spain, everybody gets like a second birthday each year, and that is actually, well, I say it's a second birthday. That's because that's how it was described to me. Your Saint's Day.
What? Wait, what do you mean? So wherever your Saint's Day is, that's your birthday too? That's another day of celebrating?
Yeah, it's another day of like presents and gifts for you and stuff. Like my manager, I'm not sure if it's an Italian thing as well. Her dad and her stepmom always buy her presents for her Saint's Day every year. Yeah.
What's the Saints' Day? Is that
How is it determined?
Your name. So the same.
Oh, so
the
you
same
have to
name
have
as
a
you.
special name.
yeah? No, but how does that saint get a day? Is it the day they were born, the day they died, the day they became a
It's
saint?
the same as like St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, well, if your saint isn't that prolific.
I don't even know. Hold up. Let's find out our saints' days. Okay.
Oh, I
mine
was
would
about
be-
to ask you what was your confirmation name, but that's a stupid question.
I won't have a saint, I don't think.
Okay, my saints' day is apparently August the 3rd.
What's your saint?
Saint Lydia, Saint Kevin Day. Kevin of Glendalough.
I think I
It
got
would go-
mine. I think it's Saint Mel, and it's
yeah.
February 6th.
Legit, it'd go for my confirmation name, not my first name, so it'll be Saint Edward. Would be my
Okay.
saint name. But as I'm sure neither one of you have got your confirmation,
No, I haven't, but I went by my real name.
What the heck's a confirmation name?
I was raised Christian, right, or Catholic, and we have the 7 stages of that, and there's baptism, first confession, communion, confirmation, marriage, then death.
Oh.
But
That
there's
is a
2,
lot of work.
only priests can do all of them. So on
Right.
your confirmation, you get to pick another name. So my full name is Kevin Blah Edward Blah, because I don't want people to actually know my full name. So is Saint Edward will be my my saint's name.
Which would be the 13th of October. Congratulations.
As I am not that religion anymore, I don't class myself having another name. It's not a legal document. It's not by the law. I wouldn't see that as your new name.
You can change it though. Now that you said something, I remember that you get a name after, a certain time, because I was watching that documentary, that the Paradise Lost documentary, and I realized, hey, guy changed his name.
I was told this by my Spanish teacher in college. And then I asked my friend, one of my best friends, because he is half Spanish, like his dad is Spanish. I was like, do you really celebrate your Saints' Day? And he was like, well, yeah, that's a thing. And it's just the saint with the same name as you. It's not necessarily your communion name or confirmation name or anything. It's just the saint that has the same name as you. Surprisingly, there are quite a few saints.
And I'm sure there's loads of saints like, you are Saint of Biscuits.
Oh, yeah, that's me.
Saint Jacob of Biscuits. There's a brand in Ireland called Jacob's Biscuits.
Jacob's Crackers. It's
Well,
crackers.
there's biscuits too.
It's crackers.
Shut your face. They're not just crackers. There's Mikado, Kimberly. Metal, in America, you have Mikado and Kimberly named differently, so I'm not sure what they're called in America.
Oh, Mikado. Wait, do you mean like the Japanese treat?
No.
Oh, well, over here, Mikado is the Japanese sweet.
What? I've never heard of that as a Japanese sweet.
It might be called Pocky.
No, yeah, that's Pocky. That's the the Pockies are a Japanese treat. They dipped in chocolate, long.
Yeah, it's called Mikado over here. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They're called Pocky everywhere else. I could go to World Market and look.
It is a biscuit. In the absolute middle is jam, and on the side is
What the heck? What is that?
Mikado. There's also Kimberly.
A unique treat. The Kimberly Mikado could add an element of exoticism to our group of exports. We're sure biscuit connoisseurs from around the world would marvel at the pink puffy marshmallow covered in coconut resting on a delicious biscuit base. Officially known simply as a Mikado, the biscuit is often called a Kimberly Mikado. I have never seen those things before in my life. How weird.
Lydia.
Yes.
Yes. If I actually get paid and have money, I will send you these for your birthday.
Oh, wow.
Okay, these kind of remind me. There's a Mexican treat type thing, and it's it's similar, where it has almost like a cookie type biscuit type thing, and then it's got balls of something with coconut in there, and then they're pink and white, and they're in a square. But it's a Mexican thing, so.
Why have I never seen anything like this? The closest thing we have is Bounty.
No, it says it was for Ireland and the United Kingdoms, but Jacob's sell it.
What?
It's a Jacob's brand biscuit.
All I know that Jacob's sell now is crackers. That's it. I mean, we've still got. Do you have the little adverts with the little guy driving around in the little car?
As we've discovered from our chocolate ads, we have completely different chocolate ads. But as my first dog was named Jacob, my second dog can be called Mikado, then Kimberly, then Coconut Cream.
We have a wine brand called Jacob's Creek, so when I think of that, of course, I automatically think of wine.
But I am pretty sure Metal yous have these in America, but they're just called something else.
I'm gonna look. I could go, like I said, I could go to World's Market. I got one right here, not too far from me. You can check out. I need to go there because there's a lot of Japanese foods that I want to go get.
Can you also take a picture of the front of that? Because I'd love to see something called the World's Market.
Really? Well, we have a big international sections in our grocery stores, but the World's Market is you could go in there and get all kinds of stuff. And I've been meaning to go there because there's some Japanese stuff I want to get to make some taiyaki.
That sounds, prepare for the pun, pretty sweet.
Do you know Jamie Dodgers fig rolls?
Yes.
Huh?
Jacob does damn. Lydia, you need knowledge, and I'm going to help you with this knowledge.
What?
You need knowledge.
I know Jammy Dodgers. Anyway, we're out of time. We need to wrap it up.
I'm going to let you end it with my ending again because you seemed so happy at the end of that.
Okie dokie then. Okay, I want to say a big thank you to Lady Metal D for being on the show again. Because you're a star.
Pleasure.
You're a star. And we're happy to have you back. But we're out of time, as I said earlier. So, until next time, I have been EarthToLydia.
I've been HOTHEMAN, HOTHEMAN.
And I've been Lady Metal D.
Till next time, take care. Goodbye.
See ya.
Got it.